Welcome to the Teacher's Guide to Best Tiered Instruction. This video will focus on fourth grade benchmark NSO 1.1, which is expressing how the value of a digit in a multi-digit whole number changes if the digit moves one place to the left or right. It is important to know that this benchmark sets students up for fifth grade when it increases to whole numbers with 100 times greater and less, as well as decimals. Start by utilizing base 10 blocks with students so that they can see the relationships between the three. Here we've used the ones, the tens, and the hundreds, or the unit cubes, the rods, and the flats. Students are also given simple word stem cards to help them with their sentences. When you introduce the 10 times greater or 10 times less, ask students why. They should be able to explain that each block is composed or decomposed of 10 units of the other unit. I've also written the math that would go with those word stems because it's important to see the relationship of how to speak the times 10 and the divide by 10. So if students are able to equate it, they also should be able to speak it. When introducing this new language of 1/10 of, it's a connection to decimals and fractions because we are taking a part of the whole, which leads to dividing it into 10 pieces. So here we're thinking backwards of what is this part 1/10 of? Now we've added in some place value cards to also start making the connection to the sentence stem and building it longer. It's also easy for students to see that 10 times less and 1/10 of are essentially the same thing in terms of math. After using the base 10 blocks, we can start utilizing a place value chart with the choices and place value cards to complete the sentence stem correctly. Here, students also are given that ones is worth ones, tens in the numeral form, as well as hundreds and thousands. It's important to start showing the connection that as we move to each place value, the connection is multiply by 10 or divide by 10. When students do one sentence stem correctly, it's easy to show them the inverse or the opposite by just switching the place value cards, but also replacing for the other card. Now it's time to use some numbers. The value of the digit should be utilized to continue comparing and completing the sentence stem. Sentences start becoming a little more complex, utilizing the digit and the place value that it's in. It's important to always show the inverse of the place value that you used first. Taking the sentence stem and creating some blanks as well as giving the choices allows for the interaction as well as the thought process. Here we're also reconnecting that 1/10 of is the same thing as 10 times less, reinforcing the math that is happening brings back the justification. To prove a sentence, true or false, students can write out the equation that would be utilized to see if it is correct. Utilizing a digit card in a place value chart with directionals allows students to move the digit and actually see what's happening to the digit as it moves left and right. After each movement, you could record the new value of the digit, and you could even go back to having students write out the full sentence stem of what happened. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a few new ideas to try with your students. This is definitely a complicated benchmark. If you have any other ideas you'd like to share, feel free to reach out and let me know because I would love to hear them and I would love to share them. Have a great day.